Yes, yes, yes. What's going on, world? This is your man, Buddy Raming, and we are back at it with another episode of the Yeah Buddy podcast. And if this is your first time tuning in, thank you for checking us out. And if you are a returning friend, hey, thank y'all for continuing to support the Yeah Buddy podcast. You know how we do like every episode. I always try to bring some of my friends in the entertainment industry, whether they're actor, filmmaker, comedian, and we just sit down, chop it up, just see what we all got going on, what we've been through. This episode is like no other. No, actually, no. This episode is different. This episode is different. We actually got our first returning guest to the Yeah Buddy podcast. He was up here last year, but now he's back. We got to catch up with him. I know he's been busy doing his thing right now, y'all. He's a comedian, man. He hosts shows all up at Tommy T's. He was down in Boston with Tristan Johnson doing some stand up comedy, teared it up over there on the East Coast. Right now, y'all, I want y'all to make it live and make it loud for my good friend, Mr. Big Sas.
What's up? The comic zaddy, you know what I'm saying? Always. How you doing, man?
Yes, sir.
Good to see you, my brother. I see you still pushing. Oh, that's a
I'm
good
pushing,
thing.
my guy. I'm pushing.
That's a good thing.
Yes,
That's a good
sir.
thing. I like to see that.
Thank you,
I like
man.
to see successful people. You know
Trying
what
to
I'm
say.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. How you been, man? It's been a while. Last time we had, first off, thank you for doing my podcast. I think he was probably the like the second person that I had on. Go through, like you've seen obviously that I upgraded
Oh,
stuff
because we was on Zoom.
we was on Zoom, and that was so messed up that like I couldn't even get like a copy of the video. It was just so much
Wow.
trouble trying to download it and stuff like that. So that's why I'm glad you hit me up about trying to get on the show. We got your person now. We on camera, you know. So yeah,
Three of them.
we can boop boop boop. Yeah,
Stepping up the game. Stepping up
Yes,
the game.
sir.
I like the Boston hat.
Thank you. I tried to. B's everything, you know, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Cool.
Oh yeah, Boston, because you was in Boston.
I'm
Yeah.
from Boston.
Yeah.
Born
Oh,
and
you
raised.
from Boston?
Yeah, that's my hometown. East Coast, you know.
Okay.
So y'all are from the left coast, and I'm from the right coast.
Okay. So is that how you being out in Boston? Is that how you did the show out there with Tristan? How did that go about?
So, well, what happened is I have a lot of family and relatives still in Boston, and they're getting up in age. You know, some of them in the 70s, 80s, all that. And I know there's no way they're gonna make it out to California to come see any of my shows. Now, some of my sisters and stuff have came out and seen the shows. So I thought when opportunity came up, someone says you want to do a show. They do regular shows there. This brother's name is Jonathan Gates. He does a lot of shows on the East Coast. And he said, man, you want to do a show out here? So he invited me, and I brought Tristan so I could get my family and friends, and we packed it out. We sold it out. So a lot of relatives that, like I said, in their 60s, 70s, 80s, probably would never get out here. They all got to see me live, so that was special. First show, I was nervous, though.
Yeah? You said the first show?
First show, I was
How many did you do?
I did no. That's the first show I ever did.
Oh, that's the first show.
Nervous. Yeah, it was different because you got to think about it. These are my peers. These are people I grew up with, my friends, my college roommates, my high school roommates. You know, family. I mean, it was a whole different kind of thing. You know, even if I've done big shows at Paramount, Coliseum, but you might have a few friends there, but this audience was like all my family and friends. It was like kind of different. People know all kind of stuff about me, you know. So it's kind of different, but we got through it. It was cool.
Okay, sure. So like coming from Boston, when seeing all your friends and family, did they have that expectation? Because you say, "Oh, I'm going out to California." Did they have all this expectations of like Hollywood and stuff like that? So when you come back down to Boston, like, "Oh, California boy, look at California boy."
It was funny because they, you know, some of them follow me or they talk about it. I have an auntie that's an old grumpy old thing, but she talked about she had the night of her life. She had a great time. It was a great show, which surprised me, you know. But it's just like when they see pictures of me with Mike Epps and Michael Blackston and Lil Duval and Monique in Vegas and all that, they're like, "Oh, Hollywood, you know, he's all Hollywood, all this stuff." But that's home, and those are my people. You know what I'm saying? So to them, it was like, you know, he's coming home. He's coming to do his thing home, and for me, it's like home. You know, so it was pretty fun. Actually, it really went well. I sold all my merchandise first day. Everybody bought shirts and rolling trays and everything. I mean, it was a great experience. It was that time. It was that time.
Was that your first time going back to Boston since you've been out in California?
I've been back and forth for different events. First time I did comedy.
For comedy, though?
Yeah, I've been like weddings, funerals, stuff like that, the normal stuff. But that was my first comedy show that I did there. And we sold it out. It was amazing. It was actually amazing.
And you was in the city of Boston?
Correct.
Okay.
Dorchester, which is like Boston proper. It's like Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan is like East Oakland, West Oakland, North Oakland, Hayward, San Leandro, all that's like the same kind of thing. So
Okay.
it was Boston proper, correct.
What are some of the differences and similarities between being in Boston and then being in California? Like difference in culture, taste of food.
I think the food in Boston is better. A lot of people go to the East Coast and they realize they think the food's better too. I mean, I thought that the produce would be better out here because it's California.
Yeah.
But we have Florida, Georgia peaches. We got all that. So the produce wasn't like I thought. But the food, everybody likes East Coast food better. Culture shock quite a bit. I mean, it was way different. Like everybody's, oh man, LA, you're in the wrong part of California. Go down to LA because I came to Oakland. They're like, go to LA. LA's cracking. LA's cracking. I go to LA. And it's New York style pizza, New York style disco, New York style club.
There's no LA style.
Exactly. So I'm from Boston and New York. So I'm like, that's all talk about is cracking. It's just where I came from. So it's LA's it's got its own little thing.
LA be like it's just rich culture vultures. It's like they don't really have their own style. They just see what everybody else be doing. They say, let's just do that, but just make it richer.
I just think that what's so funny to me is like California is like everybody thinks someone's gonna pull up in a limo and tell them they gotta make them a star.
Yeah.
And everybody's waiting for that moment. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that it's the culture shock because I was in the segregation and the busing and stuff when I was in high school in Boston. So they bussed us out to the white schools, and then we couldn't even play sports because they were like attacking the buses after. So we had to get police escorts out and all that kind of stuff. But the difference between the Boston people and California people is, you could drive down the street in California and see 5 or 6 white guys beating on a black guy, or 5 or 6 Mexicans beating on a black guy. But in Boston, since the population of black is only 11 to 16%, they're gonna throw their car and park at the light. They jumping out. They ain't finna let it go down like that.
Yeah.
I think the black people back there are less, but they're way tighter. I think the group is tighter. The reason why I say that, when I came to California in '79 in Jacqueline Square, the restaurant's called Buttercup now. It was called Sambo's when I came here in '79. On the East Coast, they'd have burnt that down. They ain't going for no Sambo's down there in Chicago, New York, Boston, Philadelphia. They ain't going for no Sambo's. It was Sambo's in Jacqueline Square when I came here in '79. It's called Buttercup now. But I'm just saying, man, it's like I said, there's less, but they're much tighter. It's just, to me, I feel like it's tighter.
Okay. Yeah, because I went out to East Coast. I went out to Maryland, Boston. I went to Baltimore. I went out to Baltimore and stuff like that.
Oh, that's Four Corners, Baltimore, Maryland. All that
was kind of opposite. There was just a lot of black people up there. So I was like noticing that. But like I want to talk about, like, cause you say like with the dynamics between white and black and stuff. Because like I said, I've never been to Boston. The closest I get to that is watching whenever the Boston plays Los Angeles Lakers, so the Celtics play them and stuff. And you hear all the stories about, like, the racial tension and all that type of stuff. Is that something you experienced? That's something that
see the difference. I mean, racism in Boston is obviously different. So when I feel racism out here, it's funny to me because I've been through what I've been through in Boston. The riots of '68, I was 8, 9 years old. I wasn't 1 and 2. I remember, what I'm saying? I remember it like yesterday. And even the segregation, I remember it like yesterday. But the difference to me is what they call racism out here it's not the same. It's way more deep rooted in the Boston area. I mean, it's just deep rooted. It's the great grandfathers and all them. They've been racist their whole life. So they just the thing with being brown skinned, I don't care if you don't have to be black, but any kind of brown skin. If there's a racist person, a white racist person, we'll just say, for instance, as soon as they look at us, they hate us. If you're brown skinned and it's embedded in their brain, they hate you no matter what, right? But us, if we see a white person, we have to try to figure out if they're cool or not.
Yeah.
We have to kind of feel them out, question them. It's like, is this person cool or not? Then once you pick up the vibe and they cool with you, then they cool with you. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as they see us, they hate us. So it's like it's a whole different dynamic. It's kind of a different dynamic. Out here, you might get a white person that looks at you and is cool with you and respects you and all that stuff. You might not have to guess, but in Boston, you got to try to figure it out and hope you get lucky. And hope you get lucky. Correct.
How does that affect the like the comedy that you say out there, like the comedy scene in Boston, I guess you could say, because that being your first time going out there for comedy, did you get a chance to soak up the comedy scene?
I actually did soak up the comedy scene, and believe it or not, it's Boston is a college town.
Mm.
Yeah, Harvard University and MIT, Boston College, and Boston University. They're all within a couple of miles of each other. Matter of fact, MIT and Harvard's on the same street, but just like 5 miles apart. So the culture, the college culture is who supports the comedy clubs mostly.
Mm.
And most of those people are pretty diverse, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So in the comedy clubs, you're going to get a good mixture. The jokes may be hit people a little different,
Yeah.
but the actual dynamic of the comedy club is like it's pretty diverse. It's pretty diverse.
Okay.
So and like most of the black comics back there that are from Boston are pretty educated.
Mm.
So they do like an educated comedy that the students and the people back there will understand. You know,
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
do as I mean, to go do the ratchet hood stuff, you have
Mm.
to really look for it out there. It's not just
Yeah.
like I mean, it's different. It's different.
Yeah. Yeah, because like me, like as a comedian, like we talk about like growing up in different places and stuff like that, that cultural impact and how it affects you as a comedian.
Mhm.
Like when I was a child, I grew up in Alaska, like
Mm.
right outside of the North Pole.
Mhm.
But I was a child, you
Did
know.
you see Santa?
No, that was a disappointed thing. That was
Okay,
that was
all right,
like
all
going
right.
out there at like 8, like
Mhm.
7 years old and stuff like that. That time where like right, it's like where you still could kind of believe it, but then you know you get to that age to where you like that he's not real type of
Mhm.
shit. Like yeah,
Mhm.
that like it was like right there in my face. Like we're going to the North Pole. Like Santa, no, listen, y'all gonna be disappointed.
Right.
There's
Right.
gonna be a lot of snow,
Mhm.
no Santa, you
A
know,
lot of darkness.
a lot of darkness,
Mhm.
you know. But like I said, being a comedian, like if I had lived out there when I was like you know my teenage, be able to like actually soak it up and really understand like what environment I was living in, like in the
Mhm.
tundra, like you know like you walk outside and there's just a moose, you know, and
Mhm.
it's like
Looking
five
in the
feet of snow.
window.
Just looking out the window, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? You know, like
Mhm.
from a comedian standpoint, like I could imagine just if I had been able to soak up that experience,
Mhm.
like as an adult, you know, teenager, all that type of stuff, I'd be like, yeah,
So
so so good.
my thing is, you would hope that the people that's going to a comedy show, that is going to a comedy show, they got an open mind and they're going there
Yeah.
to have some comedy and have some fun.
Mm.
They're not the one guy that's going to sit in the back, the racist guy that's going to echo everything you say just because he's an idiot. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I don't care what race. I'm just saying whoever's, you know, if they're there just to heckle because
Mm.
they're racist.
Mm.
But most people that go to the comedy shows are they're pretty down to earth. And I mean, even as a comic, you have to adjust your jokes though. Also, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You really have to adjust your jokes. Like, I mean, for an example, if I said um, a lion would not drive under the influence of alcohol,
Mm.
but a tiger would.
Yeah.
Tiger would.
Mm.
See, everybody, you can't say that to everybody,
Yeah.
but the people that think about it, they crack up. You know,
Mm.
I do a stuttering salesman joke. It either smashes, and it's usually somebody got somebody that stutters in their family
Mm.
because they'll bust out laughing. Or some people's like, man, you know, they're talking about some guy stuttering. You know, it's kind
Yeah.
of weird. It's kind of different. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of different.
Mm. Do you feel like that's with comedy becoming more mainstream now and people having an influence like a say so and what comedians should say, does that affect like the way you approach comedy going forward now, or you still just kind of like whatever with it?
This is my thing. So I have three groups of jokes in my head. I
Mm.
have clean, and then I have like medium. Like I did a Christmas party, which I took Tristan 400 people, and he says medium, so we can
Mm.
still curse and do certain stuff. And then there's some people, some shows they just don't care, and you don't care.
Mm.
So it is there is different shows for different crowds,
Mm.
but um, it does make a difference. One show I went into, and I would come out to this rap song, and I was
Mm.
gonna come out dancing and doing a rap song and all stuff, and the average age in the crowd was like 55.
Mm.
So I'm like, that's not gonna make any sense to come out to a rap song. So I had the DJ switch it to Love and Happiness. Down, 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 down. And they was like, oh, that's my song. You know, all the OGs, they loved it. The girls and the guys, they
Mm.
loved it. So it does make a difference. You gotta that's what that whole read the room. You know,
Yeah.
that's where that whole read the room comes from. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? You understand?
Yeah.
You
And
know?
no, yeah, no, how it goes. This is more so for people who are watching, who kind of want to dive into the minds of
Mhm.
comedians and just what their comedy life is like from right, just because we get all those questions all those times.
This is my thing, though.
Mm.
I know comedy is fucked up, and fucked up is comedy.
Yeah.
So don't come in there, and there is a good possibility you might be offended. I mean, that's how it is. That's what comedy is. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're doing clean comedy, there might be something that bothers somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There might be something that bothers somebody. So it's like you got to go in there expecting comedy from comics. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect a lecture from comedians that's not going to have something that's going to possibly offend you. So, I mean, don't go to a comedy show if you're that uptight about stuff. Just don't go.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Nice. And then another thing, I don't want to get too much into politics. I don't really want to talk about politics, but I just want to talk about how like the political like landscape affects comedy now and stuff like that. With you see all the protesting that's going on, and you see all the stuff that's going on. Like people like kind of like need to laugh. They're going to need something to laugh about. They're going to need something to be like like things not to take things so serious. So know that it's going to be okay.
So I mean, like this show we did Christmas, they said no politics and no race. That's the two things they asked. And then I did a show at Sunshine Saloon in Pleasanton, which is 99.9% white people, and it's been like that forever. Nice club, cool people, good atmosphere, but that's the crowd you're going to get there. You can do political comedy without being political. Like, for instance, like I do a joke about Donald Trump wants black people to vote for him. He's trying to convince us that orange is the new black.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not talking, it's politics. I'm not talking politics, but I'm talking about politician, but I'm not getting into the politics part of it, So that's funny. I do a thing about, I ordered some of Donald Trump's shoes. He came up with the tennis shoes. And I said, yeah, you guys didn't want to order none because you don't like Donald Trump. As soon as I ordered it, I got an alert on all 3 credit bureaus. My score went up 100 points each one. Not pinpointing the politics part of it, but still talking about, what's up to date and what's in the know right now.
Yeah, being able to take a stance on the situation, just give your opinion without having to say, hey, fuck this person.
Yeah, or vice versa.
Or vice versa, yeah.
Correct. I mean, and the other thing I say is I've always respected the position of President of the United States because this is my country and this is where I'm at. So I respect the position of President of the United States. Whoever it was, I respect the position. I mean, period.
Okay, cool. So we're going to talk a little bit, I guess, with, I usually don't talk about like hot topics, these pop culture things, stuff like that, but like we're kind of diving into that way this episode. That's what this episode is going to be because we already, if people want to, hear like Big Sas's, comedy life story stuff like that, go check out the first episode. This time we go we gonna get it. We'll get into some shit. So like talking about like honoring the presidential guard and all that type of stuff. Snoop Dogg and Nelly and Rick Ross and all them kind of people's like boo y'all for jumping on what they consider was that bandwagon and stuff like that.
It's hard for me. I mean, I'm an American. I mean, that's the way I feel. I'm an American. I've seen other people from other countries. I've heard what they've gone through. I've read what they've gone through and all that kind of stuff. And as tough as it's been for Black people in this country, at times, different times in this country, it's still better than a whole lot of other places. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's better than the alternative. But
we're getting worse, but we're still better.
No, that's the thing. I mean, that's absolutely positively the thing. You're absolutely correct on that part. But like I said, I'm an American. I mean, that's my thing. I'm an American. I love America. I'm an American. I raised all my kids here. I grew up here. I've never lived in no other country or anything like that. But so far, and until I feel different, I'm an American.
You stay, we chilling.
That's
U.S. dollars.
That's U.S. dollars. Only meant I like is government. You know what I'm saying? So I like the way them honey smell. So I mean, I'm an American. So.
I'm mad at it.
Okay.
Cool. So let's take it back now. Flip it and reverse it. We talk about all the things you've done with Tristan and all that type of stuff. One of the things we was talking about earlier, before we had started recording the podcast, you was talking about like it was a game show. A game show that you was talking about and stuff. It was a pretty interesting idea of it. What was the name of that show again called?
It's kind of.
Can we talk about that?
Not really, but
oh, okay.
I'm coming out with a game show. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be It's my show. I'm putting it all together. I got the studios behind it, all that kind of stuff. Watch my Instagram, Big Sas 100, because I'm going to be looking for people to compete and be on the game show. So look out for the invitation, because it's gonna be fire, and I'll be the host, of course, but it's gonna be a real game show, maybe even a dating show, So
Okay.
we shall see.
Cool.
We
Yeah.
shall see.
My bad. I didn't want to get like
okay.
not too much details, but I just wanted to talk about like what was your inspiration behind saying, "Hey, I'm gonna do a game show," because you do a lot of things outside like comedy, you're a car salesman, you're a family man, all these types of things. What made you want to say, "Hey, I want to put a game show on my plate"?
My thing is my mind goes all the time. Like people are like, when do you sleep? They get texts and memes at 4, 5, 6 in the morning. My mind goes all the time. Not necessarily just to all the time to make money. And it's not, my mind is not because of greed or anything like that. It's just things that's funny to me and that I don't see out there, like niches. I mean, all jokes aside, how many, by the way, I'm almost 65. How many 65-year-old Black comedians do you see?
Congratulations.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you. So I mean, that's like a niche for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been a fool my whole life. I only got into comedy probably 5 or 6 years ago, with COVID years, maybe 4 years. But my thing is, that was a niche. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of Black 60-year-old Black, 60-something-year-old Black comedians out there, male. So I thought that was a niche, and I've been a fool my whole life, and now I'm just getting paid for it. That's all.
Nice.
That's all. I'm getting paid for it now.
I ain't mad at it.
I'm getting my $40.
Okay. Ain't that, yeah, we're getting our drink tokens. We getting paid at our drink tokens. Shit. That's funny. Do you have any what's on the comedy agenda coming up for like this year?
So actually, I have 2 movies that I shot. They're in the can. We're just waiting for editing and stuff. They'll be out. And also, I will be in Monterey, California on the 21st of this month. I'm supposed to have the flyer tonight. So once I get the flyer, I'm going to post it on my page, Big Sas 100 Instagram, and I'm going to post it. But I stay busy, I stay busy. I could walk on to any comedy club now and just say, hey, give me a set, because I got people in town or something, and I can get my little sets. But I'm real particular on what shows I pick and what I do now, because I am pretty busy.
Yeah.
I manage new car dealerships for 35 years. I have kids, grandkids, all that. I mean, I have a lot of stuff going on all the time, so I kind of pick my stuff now. So
yeah, you said 2 movies coming up.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to? Did you sign NDAs with these, or they said we can't talk?
I can't do nothing. I can't say nothing right now. But they're pretty. I mean, the roles were like made for me. They weren't written for me, but they were made for me. Yeah. Kind of thing. Yeah. Just to give you an idea, one of them, I'm playing an ex-pimp that became a pastor, and I'm eulogizing like the head pimp that passed away, something like that. I mean, that's a Big Sas role. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right up the Zadilak's lane.
That's the Zadilak alley right there. Stuff like that. So I don't just not saying big or small or whatever. I don't take everything no more. I'm just to that point. I don't do everything anymore. I used to, when I first got to comedy, if I could get 2 minutes of Buffalo Wild Wings, I was jumping on it. Because I put a lot of effort into anything I do. If I do a show, advertising, the pushing, the posters, the flyers, the Instagram, I mean, I work hard on the show. I like to come out to people. I want my people to come out to people. So I kind of space them out because I want people to be anticipating and waiting. When's the next show coming out?
Yeah.
I want to be on something every week. Oh, we'll catch him next week. We'll catch him. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather they'll say, Big Sas, when's your next show? I want them to have some little anticipation. Correct.
How has, now you say you've been doing comedy for about 5, 6 years. How has, now with the experience of like doing comedy, because you're writing, you're constantly writing, it's a lot of self-reflection about you, yourself, what's going on in life. How has now with you doing comedy now that comedy's kind of slowing down and you're able to kind of take a look at everything that's going on in the world around you, how do you feel comedy has affected you as a person?
Well, I mean, I find comedy in everything. I'm serious. I'm one of them people that when I see stuff, I mean, I find comedy in everything. I mean, I'm serious. Anything, and I have thousands of jokes. I write stuff all the time. I'll try them, see how it goes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll try them on people at work. I'll try them on customers. I mean, I think comedy is like been my life as far back as I can remember. You know what I'm saying? It's been my life. Only thing that's changed about it is figuring out the actual stage time and the timing and the the attention to detail and all that kind of stuff. It's different than being in the backyard with your cousins,
Yeah.
or being in the living room with your friends,
Mm.
because you have to um, satisfy everybody that's sitting in front of you, or at least 70% of the people that's in front of you. So just the first show I did, I went up there, first show, went up there, I did 27 minutes, and they're like, I didn't know they were lighting me, and I didn't know none of that stuff. I didn't know what it meant or nothing. They're like, Sash, you did 27 minutes.
You're
That's
like,
usually
cool.
right. But they're saying like that's usually suicide. The first shows is 5 minutes. You don't even supposed to have 15 minutes for 5 years. And I didn't know. I just had a room full of people. The place held 200, 140 was my friends that been wanting to see me on stage, and I just rolled and did what I did and got off the stage. Matter of fact, Mario was on my first show, on the first show I did. But I did it, and and then after that I started learning. Okay, you better do this, you better do this, and there is a strategy to it, and there is it takes some planning, and it takes some there's some work into it.
Yeah.
It's like I said, I hire a new car salesman. I'm in the car, but if I hire a new car salesman, they think, oh, you stand out there, people come in and they sit down and buy a car. Oh, it ain't like that.
Yeah.
I got to send you to training. You have to do computer training. You have to do comparison. People say, okay, I want a Toyota compared to your car. What's the difference? You got to know the difference. It's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that people don't realize.
Yeah.
Comedy is the exact same way. Comedy is the exact same way. So I'm learning that. Tristan's been a big help for me. He's been like my comedy mentor, and he'll tell me what he thinks is good and what's bad. And Mario's helped me out. What's his name? Woods helped me out. Lance Woods helped me out.
Yeah.
He and Steph helped me out. Steph Sanders. Jokes that I write and I do, they just tweak them. They tweak them and they say add this to it or this to it, and it changes it. It changes the dynamic of it. Like I said, I'm new to this game. Them guys are veterans, So and my whole thing is the comic zaddy.
Yeah.
That's my niche too. I come out kind of be like suave, debonair. I'm always dressed. I feel if you go to a comedy show and you're spending a few dollars, I don't think the comic should be on stage in some dirty jeans and dirty shoes and a raggedy T-shirt and all that. I think you're spending some money. They should be dressed. Now, Kevin Hart will come out in a T-shirt and pants, but his T-shirt's $7,000 and his jeans are $5,000. But I'm just saying, I think if you really want to be a performer, entertainer, and you want to put on a show, you should come out presentable. I think that's you owe that to your fans. You owe that to the people that's coming to see you.
Yeah, especially if it's like I said, it's a paid show. You say people are coming there. It's different if it's not like it's an open mic. I'm like, all right, I'm going in here and get this practice here real quickly. Correct. It's like this is a show. And I was talking to its casting director because we do this comedy cash cow competition. We do. That's one thing that she was grilling me on. She was all like, I don't care where you're at, whatever. If you're talking comedy, you're talking acting, whatever it may be, like you need to be dressed presentable because there's going it's a reflection. It's going to be a reflection of how the show. So if you come up in because I did like a news interview, and I just came in just like this basically. And I mean the interview was good, but it was just all like you got to be more presentable. You got to smile.
Takes their eyes. It takes their eyes off of what they're supposed to be looking at and looking at. You pick instead of what they're supposed to be looking at.
Yeah.
So Tristan told me after I did my first show at Tommy T's, Tristan's like, Sass, get some nice headshots, spend the money. I'm like, okay, whatever. Because people got pictures in the kitchen, the cabinets in the background and against the wall in their house and all that. Exactly, selfies. So I spent the money and I did the pictures. So when I got asked to do my first show at Tommy T's, Tommy said, you have some headshots. And I sent him like 4 of them. Text came back right away, and it said, great headshots. He noticed it right away. He was like, great headshots. That was the first show, second show, my first show I did myself.
Yeah.
But the guy putting the show on noticed that right away. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, I change them every 6-7 months. I change them, but I think that helps you a lot too.
No, yeah, especially like with you being a comedy show producer. Do you make the flyers for the shows, or
I have somebody make?
Oh yeah, but I'm pretty sure like when you talk to me, hey, I need a headshot. You like, damn, it's some bullshit, like because it goes a lot into selling the flyer.
1,000,000%. I always ask them to send me a few so I could go through them if I have to and find something I think's gonna fit for the show. I have OCD, so I'll be like, my stuff gotta be right. We gotta be right. Matter of fact, as far as the way I dress all the time, you see me have suit jackets and stuff on. I had some youngsters in the green room with us with Hannibal one time, and All my clothes I have on a hanger, just like when I came now. I came on a hanger. I don't want to get it all wrinkled in the car.
Mm.
And I hung the hanger up, and the hanger, now the hanger has my name on it, right? That's And then the kid said, "Hey, Sas," one of the dudes, young. When I say kids, 30 years old. They in agreement with Hannibal, and they all start busting up laughing. I said, "What's so funny?" They said, "Sas, if your shirt had a wrinkle in it, you probably pass out, huh? You probably fall out." And I said, "Well, not that bad," but then they're all cracking up and laughing. But I just, if you're a professional, whatever you do, and you're a professional, you should look professional till you get to that point where you don't need to look professional anymore. It gets to that point. If you got enough money, like I said, you can sit back in the office and do whatever you want to do. But when you're trying to get that money, I think you should look professional at work, suits and ties. I mean, that's just when they say, "I want to speak to the manager," I want to come out looking like a manager. You know what I'm saying? It makes a big difference. You want to come out looking like a manager.
Yeah.
You know? So that kind of stuff. You know, I take pride in. And also, I was 355 pounds with a 50-inch waist, and I couldn't even fit in a lot of clothes, especially designer clothes and all that kind of stuff. So I lost 100 pounds, went to the gym 5 days a week, went from 5 shots a day, insulin dependent, to almost nothing now. But I've overcompensated for the clothes now. Oh yeah, so now I can fit most of the stuff. I have it. So if I want to get dressed, I can put me a little something on and come out. You know what I'm saying? So I detail out pretty good.
Yeah, you slim down. You're like, fuck it, I look good now. I might as well.
Exactly.
Shit, I might as well. The
Makes
clothes
you feel
fit.
good. Just everything, man. It's just, it makes a big difference how you present yourself. I mean, if I come walking out the back room as a manager and I'm looking sloppy, my shirt all untucked and some tennis shoes on, can I help you? And I'm like, look around me. Where's the manager?
Yeah, I want to talk to the manager. Yeah,
and I'm also 6'5", so they walk up there and I'm dressed. And they go, "Oh, you bring the big guy out now? That's the manager." You know what I'm saying? It's just it's a whole different aspect. I mean, image is everything. 1,000,000%.
Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to for the shirt, the Zaddy Lack shirt, man. How'd you come up with this?
Because I actually have that chain. I have a real gold chain of diamonds like that. And I wear it at my shows, like when I close my shows out. So I had some T-shirts made so everybody could have the same little chain and stuff if they wanted. A lot cheaper, but they can have the same chain.
See, I thought you were gonna wear it because when I had Tristan on, Tristan had I don't know if y'all got the chain from the same place, but he had that big old Trizzy. I was like,
yeah, the Trizzy chain on. So I use it on the stage, but I made those shirts, so people, who's your zaddy? I mean, women wear them, guys wear them. It don't matter who's your zaddy. Yes, sir.
Fly gear. Thank you, man. I appreciate that and stuff like that. So, one thing y'all talk about, we just talked about it, before this show and stuff like that. You got a lot of hidden talents, or niches, things that people may not be familiar with. That you as a person. That's kind of like why glad to have you back on, because like I said, we all we really just talked about was comedy. But now we kind of like diving into the realms of Big Sas outside of like the comedian, and you're really big into motorcycles.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. So I've been on the motorcycle set for over 40 years. And it's been a hell of an experience. I mean, it's a fraternity for sure. It's definitely a fraternity. We'll get into it a little bit. But
no. This is the time of the show we get it into.
Oh, because I was gonna put my vest.
Oh yeah, put your vest on. Yeah, put your vest on, man. You gonna put
hold on. So like everybody, I'm gonna put it like this. Everybody, did you pause it?
No.
Okay, this is my thing. Everybody has their thing. Like everybody has, I work every day. I do comedy, but I have my thing, and my thing is motorcycles.
Okay, for sure. So yeah, while Big Sas is taking a quick intermission to get his his motorcycle vest, take a time to promote. Yeah, Buddy Comedy Show. Yeah, Buddy Comedy, the variety show. Yeah, that's right, y'all. Yeah, Buddy Comedy is back February 22nd at the Uli Theater in Midtown Sacramento, y'all. Get your pre-sales right now. They're $20. They go up $5 at the door to $25. And the best thing about this show is that it is also being live streamed. So you could check it out from, if you can't make it in person, you could check it out from wherever you're at in the world. We've had people from Singapore. We've had people from Dubai. We have people from England, man. Come in and check out some of this Buddy Comedy. And like I said, this year we're doing it different. It's a variety show, so we're going to have a mix of stand-up comedy. We're going to have some improv later on down the road. We're going to have some sketch comedy. just a whole bunch of fun stuff coming your way, y'all. And then Big Sass, you ready? This motherfucker. Yeah. Shit, hold on. Let me, come on up with this motherfucker. We all, boom. Big Sass up in this thing.
Yeah, see, the whole thing is, I have this whole my life thing, I have the car thing, I have the comedy thing. But one of my hobbies and one of my lifestyles that I really enjoy is the motorcycle set. And I'm big on the motorcycle set. I do shows on the motorcycle set. I'm one of the founding members of Shadows of the Night Motorcycle Club from 1981. So I'm 40 plus years deep on the motorcycle set. And nobody knows I'm inked up, tattoos. They don't know none of this stuff while I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? Suits and ties, polo shirts, all that. But as soon as I leave that, I mean, this is me. This is Big Sass in the flesh. So, matter of fact, I was walking around Macy's one day, and I just had on t-shirt and basketball shorts. Mm-hmm. I'm walking around Macy's, and this dude's following me around the store. So I'm thinking he lost prevention. He think I'm coming to rob the place or steal something. So I cut him off, and I'm like, what's the problem? He's like, hey, man. He said, you sell cars? And I'm like, yeah. Oh, I bought a car from you, but I didn't know if that was you or not. I just want to say thank you so much. And, my family loves the band and all that. But because he seen me in my regular element, that it was different to him. So he didn't want to come up to me until he made sure it was me.
Yeah.
So this is me. You know what I'm saying? This is my lifestyle.
Yeah, this is Big Sass in the flesh.
This is the Big Sass. This ain't the comic Zaddy. This ain't Zadalac. This is Big Sass. Yeah. This is me.
For sure. Can you break down what everything is, like with the jacket, what the logo?
The best. The best.
The best.
Yeah, the best is the best, but it's what's on the vest. Like the patches on the back of the vest, which is, I don't know if you can see it or not. You see it?
Hold on, let me lift the camera up real quickly. Okay, we can see.
Okay. So the patches on the vest, even though they don't weigh a lot physically, they carry a lot. Mm-hmm. Because of the history and what it means to actually earn a vest on your back. Earn a patch on your back. And there's a lot of bylaws, there's rules, there's regulations. The thing I want to touch on is like the black motorcycle set is very large. The black motorcycle set is very large. Not only is the black motorcycle set very large, but they're very together. The black motorcycle set is very together. I know with a couple phone calls, I could have 1,000 bikes out here very shortly. My thing is, some get misconstrued and they call them gangs. And the reason why they call them gangs, because they are organized people that they can't control. When they can't control something that's organized,
they call it a gang.
All of us, 90% of us on the set are working class people. When I say working class people, we all have jobs, but just like I have 2 jobs and then this is me. You know what I'm saying? After all that. For instance, we do free haircuts when they're going back to school. We do backpack giveaways. When I say we, I mean the set as we. We do feed the homeless. We do all the stuff that we do that we don't get a lot of recognition for. But they want to call us a gang. And we're definitely not a gang, you know what I'm saying? We're just helping the community the best that we can. Perfect example, Oakland, where my club is at, they were starting a marathon, Oakland Marathon. And they didn't have enough police to do traffic control. Now, this is a 26-mile marathon. They didn't have police to block all the streets and everything, so they came and asked us, and we blocked all the streets and got everything going for the Oakland Marathon. The first year, they had 1,500 to 2,000 runners. Now they have 7,000 to 11,000 runners every year. And as people were passing us, they were high-fiving us. We had our bikes out there blocking traffic. They were high-fiving us. They were loving it because they knew without us doing what we were doing, there wouldn't be no race because they didn't have people to block all the streets and stuff. So the police asked us to do it, and the crowd and the people that were running understood that. So even the old ladies were running by high-five, thank you, taking pictures, all this kind of stuff, because they understood if we didn't do what we did, they couldn't do what they did. You know what I'm saying? And then Black Cowboys Parade. We do escorts of Black Cowboy Parade. We do crowd control of Black Cowboys Parade. We block the streets for Black Cowboys Parade. And OPD call us and ask us to. You know what I'm saying? They're not calling and asking gang members to do that. That's something they're not going to do. So they understand the importance of having us in the neighborhood. We understand the importance of having them in the neighborhood. So we kind of come to a happy medium. Even when they changed the law and said they didn't want us to have loud pipes on our bikes, So what did we do? We put quiet pipes. But so did PD. They put quiet pipes on their bike. And they had 11 accidents because people couldn't hear them coming. And they were stepping out in front of them and between cars. So they went back and changed the law and went back to the loud pipes because it helps for everybody. The thing with the loud pipes, it just lets you know we're coming, gives you an idea. It's really not for anything else. So this is the Big Sas. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. I was just gonna say we heard everything you said. It's just that you didn't have your microphone on.
Oh,
but we heard it. You know what I'm saying? We heard everything. It was picking it up, but I just had to let him know that you didn't have. I want to let you know. Yeah, we heard everything. We picked up the volume, but you didn't have your your microphone on.
Okay, gotcha. Breaker 19, good buddy.
Yeah, we are back at it.
All right.
Back in
so what's funny to me is like, even when they're having problems at the schools and stuff, we would cruise by the schools, just make sure people ain't snatching people up and harassing kids and all kind of stuff. I mean, we're all parents and grandparents and all that kind of stuff. We don't want the problem. And the motorcycle set gets a bad name. For instance, if we have big events and stuff happens, they say motorcycle. But I hate to tell you, 90% of the stuff that happens at the big events are not motorcycle club members. Number one, because the motorcycle club brothers and sisters, we police ourselves. We're not going to let nobody that's involved with us do anything wrong. We're going to make sure that doesn't happen. But like I said, it's usually people that's outside the motorcycle set. The other spin on that is, if you get 3,000-4,000 people together, there's going to be 2 people or 3 people that don't like each other. That's going to happen. Yeah. It don't matter if it's motorcycle. It don't matter if it's 80-year-old people. It don't matter if it's 20-year-old people. It could be 6-year-olds. If you get a couple of thousand of them together, somebody is not going to like somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So don't just put it on the motorcycle set. Don't say it's the motorcycle set and blame it on us, because it's not. We're just like everybody else. Like I said, if I didn't go down to my vest and take my sleeves off, you guys would have no idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which doesn't bother me any, but at the same time, you know, what it is what it is.
Did you say the name, or could you say the name of your?
Yeah, my club is Shadows of the Night.
Okay.
And we established in 1981. We switched from cars to motorcycles in 2003. And some of the members have been with us. We have 6 of us that have been there the whole time from 1981.
Nice.
Correct. The other thing is, I am ordained. I can do weddings. I do everything.
You do everything, man.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
But I do it all. But I just didn't want to set, you know, I'm going to take the form that I have, and every time let everybody know that the set shouldn't get a bad name, because either a few individuals or usually people that's not even on the set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They cause the problems.
Yeah. Okay, for sure. Thank you for that, by the way. That was, I see the joy in your face when you came in and you put the motorcycle. You came ready, prepared to talk about that and stuff like that. So
it's an amazing thing, man. Just a group of people. I mean, there's always, and they're skilled professionals. I mean, somebody broke in my house a long time ago. My boys called me up and say, man, I do alarm systems. That night, came and put an alarm on my house. Fix my gate.
I thought they was about to go somewhere else. Like, hey, I called them up. He's like, hey, yo, we take care of it.
Well, that's a whole nother.
That's a whole. Yeah, we talk about that off camera.
Put gates up, fences up, doors up, whatever you need. There's somebody out there that's on the set that's a skilled professional that would have no problem coming to help you. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, they'll donate their time. You know, you got to buy materials and stuff like that, or sometimes you give them a little something just anyway. But I mean, the set is so close and so tight. It's funny because it breaks up in like the NorCal and Southern Cal. From Bakersfield down is NorCal. Bakersfield down is Southern Cal. Bakersfield up is NorCal. But when we go to another state, it's Cali against everybody. When I say against everybody, you know, racing, any kind of games we're playing, it's all Cali against everybody. But if NorCal and SoCal, we kind of break ourselves up. When we go out of state, then it's Cali. You know, then it's Cali.
You see that movie Bikers Boys?
Yeah, I seen Bikers Boys.
What'd you think of that?
I thought it was okay. I mean, it was good enough to watch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of the stuff they actually used some real bikers in the movie. Yeah, they used some real bikers in the movie, which was cool. You know, but it was entertaining. It was entertaining.
Okay. That's what I wanted to ask, because like I watch like YouTube videos and things like that. People will, like, if it's like a war movie or something like that, they'll have like real, like, you know, war veterans, or, you know, people who, or like it's a basketball field, they have like actual basketball people watch it just to see like if it's real or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'll ask you, because Biker Boy, that's the only black motorcycle film that I could think of.
It was entertaining. It was cool. There was some stuff that was legit and some stuff that was, you know, Hollywood, you know. So I mean, it was entertaining. It was fun. It was fine. I didn't have no problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna get you in Biker Boys too. We going.
Promise.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
All
try
right,
as hard as we
all
can.
right,
We
man.
go. Big Sas, Biker Boys 2, back on the road.
Back on the road, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's actually the Fresno run that they
Mm.
was that they made the movie
Mm.
after. It was like the Fresno run, one of our runs we did.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. Any interesting like road stories that you could talk about, like with motorcycle crew?
There's a lot of rules and regulations in the motorcycle set that people don't like realize, but
Mm.
there's a lot of rules and regulations. I mean,
Mm.
there's a lot of stuff, but it also keeps stuff organized and keeps discipline amongst ourselves. Like I
Yeah.
said, we police ourselves, so a lot of it keeps us organized and police ourselves. Like even our club, when we do fundraising and stuff like that, if we go on a run and we're on the road and you get a ticket in a pack, then the club will pay for the ticket for you,
Mm.
or the club will pay for your hotel rooms when you go out of town, stuff like that, you
Mm.
know. But there is rules and regulations. You can't disrespect other clubs, any kind of way.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't disrespect another human being any kind of way anyway. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we police ourselves.
Yeah.
We do police ourselves. So
Because I was gonna say with motorcycle crews having such kind of like a bad reputation to the outside audience, people just watching it, and with the rules that you have, the discipline that you have to have, how has that kind of affected you, like just your approach in life? I guess because you've been a part of it so long, it's probably like it's got to like I see how happy you was when you put the vest on, man. Like
yeah,
it's a fabric of your being. So how is being in a motorcycle crew, following those rules?
it's just like if I walk into say an A's game or walk into a Raiders game, and a bunch of people have their own opinions on how they feel about the game or how they feel about anything. If I walk into an event, it's the same thing. But when I go to a motorcycle function and I have my patch on my back,
Mm-hmm.
and you're a respected club and you're a good person, everybody takes you in. Everybody open arms. Everybody, as soon as they see you and see your patch, hug, high five, whatever what you need. We
Mm-hmm.
went up to Seattle to a rare breed event, and our money was no good up there. They said, "No,
Mm-hmm.
y'all came all the way up here. Your money's no good. What y'all want from the bar? What y'all want from the restaurant? What you want from the food? Everything. Our money was no good up there." And the same thing when LA comes up here, we usually take care of them. The brotherhood is way beyond riding up and down the street and putting a patch on your back.
Yeah.
It's way beyond all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be in it to understand it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You have to, and we make it difficult for people to get in the club because if you make it easy for them to get in the club, it's going to be easy for them to get out the club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you make it difficult for them to get in, and it's something they really want to be part of, and then they realize why they want to be a part of it, then they'll be in there for a long time and they'll stay in, and they got your back. I mean, you have to. I mean, they got your back. When I say got your back, it ain't just uh, because of fights or any of that kind of stuff. They got your back. If you need something, like I said, my house got broken into. 3 of them showed up and put an alarm system on my house the same night. That's what you want. It's a never-ending fraternity that grows every single day. And it's so respect and the social clubs. I mean, the women. Before I got on a motorcycle set, I was like, all these biker women. What do they look like? They're all
You think
rough bikers.
yeah.
It ain't like that. These ladies nowadays, I'm telling you, man. I thought everybody had fishnet stockings on and orange hair and these girls on the set, these ladies on the set nowadays are amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you, they are utterly amazing. Niggas is niggas, you know what I'm saying? But the girls on the set, it's like when I do a comedy show, niggas may not laugh, the girls are gonna laugh. You know what I'm saying? That's how I judge my comedy show. The girls laughing, you got their attention, you got their laughing, then I judge it. The guys are gonna sit there and chuckle here and there, but the women,
like, what's so funny? What's so funny?
Right. So the women on the motorcycle set are the ones in the last, I'll say, 10 years are amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you, they're amazing. They're amazing. Appreciate them. Much respect. They showing up and showing out. I ain't gonna lie to you. They taking care of themselves. They come dressed. They be on point. They be on point.
Shout out to all the ladies that go out, look their best, put their best foot forward.
SCs, social clubs. They be out. There's girls that ride. There's girls out there that will get on one wheel on you in a minute. They'll pull up next to you and let that clutch go and ride right by you on one tire. I mean, there's girls out there that can ride. I'm talking about ride. And like I said, the social clubs, there's anything you need, especially when you're doing family stuff, when you're doing like backpack giveaways and feeding the homeless and stuff like that. They're there with open arms. That motherly love comes out, and they take care of it, and yeah. I mean, this, like I said, this fraternity, this community, and the motorcycle community is very special. It's very
Mhm.
special. Not everybody can be a part of it, but it's very special.
Yeah. I wish we should do something like that with like comedy, just like rules and regulations, like who we like let into the world. Like, okay, you like there's levels. Like until you do all these things, you follow these rules, these disciplines, stuff like that. You're an open biker.
Mhm.
Until then, say once you do that, they will let you like you're a comedian, a comic. But until
Well,
then,
the ones that don't make it in a motorcycle set are usually because they use the motorcycle set as excuses for everything. You may meet once a week or once a month or everything, but they telling their significant other, I don't care if it's a guy or a girl, that we meeting 3-4 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week. We ain't meeting that much. They're using that to get out the house and do other stuff. Those are the ones that don't last long because it gets caught up in it. We know how many days a week that we meet. We know what runs we going on and all. But if you use the motorcycle club as your excuse, you're not going to last long.
you gotta take the good with the bad.
Oh, yeah, you got to. What makes you laugh will make you cry. What makes you laugh will make you cry. Keep it 100, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big Sass, man. So we're gonna do my favorite part of the game, the show. It is what we like to call, y'all. It's time for that time of the show, y'all. The Mount Rushmore.
Ooh. Mount Rushmore.
Yes, yes, yes. That's right, y'all. The Mount Rushmore. You know how we do. Every episode, I give the guest a topic to talk about. They give their Mount Rushmore, which is their top four of whatever the subject is that we was talking about. So because you surprised me, you was all like, "Yeah, I do the whole the motorcycle thing," which blew me away, especially now like with the vest and all this. So we're going to do it was top four motorcycle clubs.
Ooh.
Top four motorcycle clubs. They don't have to be the ones that you've been a part of, but we do your top four motorcycle clubs.
I mean, I'm not. There's so many that I'm close to and I'm real good. I mean, it's
but what they do, I know it's unfair, but what they do is like last time I was letting people like 5, 6. We had a whole goddamn 8 mountains of shit, but 4. We do 4.
So I mean, I got to start with East Bay Dragons. They've been around since 1959. They started in 1959, and if you grew up in Oakland and you seen these guys, you wanted to be a dragon. If you was a kid and coming up, you wanted to be a dragon. So we'll go East Bay Dragons, number one. Shadows, we've been around for 40 something years ourselves. My club is right up there. Man, it's tough, man. There's so many clubs, bro. I mean, there's some big clubs that's nationwide, like Breed. They're nationwide. But like I like my home clubs. I mean, my home clubs. Like I said, I mean, I like Goodfellas, Wise Guys. Um, yeah.
Was that the 4?
No, I mean
was that the 4? Was that the 5?
I mean, I just been around. I grew up with all of them. Yeah. I mean, it's. Yeah, I mean, it's just so many clubs, man. They've been around for a long time, and we all support each other. Um, yeah.
Are you a fan of like motorcycle like movies and TV shows? Like how I asked you about like Biker Boys, or do you kind of like does that kind of like turn you off?
Anarchy, Sons of Anarchy, and I didn't Anarchy.
You didn't watch none of that.
No, I didn't watch none of that. But there's a lot of especially Oakland clubs that came up after we did that. I mean, they're amazing, man. I mean, they're good. You got to take the good with the bad, like anything else. But they're good. If you need something, man, they're gonna come through for you every single time. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come through every single time, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, my boy Les, he's amazing. A lot of these guys that's running these clubs, I was friends with before I got on the motorcycle set.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So just continue through the motorcycle set. I mean, it's just, it's amazing. It's amazing fraternity, man. But I'm gonna put Dragons at top, us number 2, and then everybody else is 3 and 4.
All right, for sure.
I mean, I'm serious, man. I can't. I'm telling you, man.
Top 2. I mean, top 2. I guess that's better.
I would say Dragons and us, and then everybody else. Everybody else is right there. Everybody else is right there. Everybody's special in their own separate way. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. Well, I'll let you.
LA is a whole nother thing, man. There's hundreds of clubs down there, and they got big clubs down there, man. DETs, DOs. I mean, they got, man. This stuff goes on forever, man. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
yeah. All right,
Fair
man.
enough.
Yeah. Was there anything else that you wanted to get off your
No,
chest
I
before we
mean,
get out?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I'm good. I got my motorcycle stuff, my comment. Hey, follow your boy Big Sas 100 on Instagram, and I do have a Shadows of the Night page too. Two is SOTK, Oakland Shadows of the Night, MC Oakland, California. We on there too. But I want to thank buddy for coming out, sporting the brother's shirt. You know what I'm
Nah.
saying?
Yeah. Of
But
course, had to get
this
in
is
there
Big
one more time.
Sass, Zadilac and
One time.
Comic Zaddy and manager at the car dealerships, a
Mhm.
whole nother thing. This is
Yeah.
who I am. This is who I am. Respect to all the clubs if I missed you, the social clubs if I missed you. I got you all. I got you all 100%. Big Sass, as always, keeping shit 100.
Sure. And like I said, you can follow Big Sass. Is right there on the below the screen. That is his Instagram at Big Sass 100. You can follow me at Yeah Buddy ENT. And then anything else you want to plug?
I'm good, man. Follow me, boy, for the comedy shows too, man.
Follow him for the comedy shows. And like I said, of course, one more time, we're gonna put the you can
Ken Folks in the building. I'm
Yes,
telling you,
sir.
Oakland clubs is just like we all been friends way before this motorcycle stuff. So we all, we straight. We straight.
We got the Yeah Buddy comedy variety show. We got improv from Sharks Barksley and stand-up comedy from Danny Luna and Miss Mima Jenkins. Miss Mima Jenkins was just actually on the podcast a little while ago. We all love Miss Mima Jenkins and stuff like that. Love Miss Mima. And you know what's so funny, which is heck of ironic, is because like with you coming up on this podcast episode, like like I'm a whoop like with the vest and all that stuff. When I asked Mima if she wanted to, be on the podcast, I've been trying to get her on the podcast for a while or whatever. She said, all right, cool, whatever. But she didn't come in her Mima outfit. She had her. Yeah, Tarika. Yeah, Tarika. Yeah, I was all like, for sure. But like I said, that's the cool thing that I like about like what I feel like with the way this podcast is going is just giving people a platform to just be themselves and show the real selves, which is what I'm hoping is what I'm trying to grow this to be. There's a place where people could just come here and like with stand-up comedy, being a comedian, people kind of have that perception of like you're this type of way or you got to be this type of way.
That's all you are.
But that's all you are and stuff all like that. There's more to it. So like I said, I appreciate Miss Mima for coming through last time as herself, Tarika. That I appreciate Big Sass, you coming through this time.
Comedy is my third successful career. The thing I do want to say is folks, get checkups. Stay on top of your health, because if you don't have your health, you don't have nothing else. Like I said, our grandparents are dying in their 50s and 60s, so our kids don't even really get a chance to see them. They're like 2, 3, 4 years old when they're dying. So I'm trying to be here for mine. I got 6. Like I said, I lost the weight. I'm trying to do better. Just please, man, walk, drink water, do something. You just have to do something. But please go get your checkups. If you have any ailments and you have insurance, go get it checked out. Let them tell you nothing's wrong instead of you just assuming. Please.
Thank you for the word from Big Sass, y'all. Like you said, go ahead, get a checkup on your health, all that stuff. Whatever you need to do to be the best you. That's what we want to see from you, y'all. So, like I said, to all y'all that have tuned into this episode of the Yeah Buddy podcast, if you're a returning friend to the podcast, thank you again for supporting the podcast. And if this is your first time watching the podcast, I hope to catch you next time. Until then, y'all, I want y'all all to stay blessed, stay real out there, man, and stay safe, y'all. It's gonna be
hopefully
crazy.
It won't be your last time.
Hopefully you'll make it to the next episode, y'all. Y'all stay blessed out there. Stay real, stay righteous, stay safe, man. It's shit crazy out there. But like I said, my name's been Buddy Ramen, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next episode, y'all. Deuces. I will do this one. Deuces.
How long was that?